Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something we often overlook. Clothes? Or maybe garments.
Yeah, but not just fashion. We're looking at their pretty profound spiritual meaning in some fascinating source texts.
Right. Our mission today is to explore why being clothed, or conversely naked, seems to reveal some core truths about, well, standing before something greater.
And it's quite striking, how consistent these ancient texts are. Clothes aren't just material. They touch on worthiness, shame, even divine connection.
Okay, let's unpack that. A key idea seems to be that standing before God requires being properly clothed.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation, for instance, mentions worthy people in white clothes. And there's this blessing for those who keep their clothes like being spiritually ready.
That's a great example. And the flip side, nakedness, is just as significant.
It's not just physical, is it?
Not at all. It's presented as the state of spiritual vulnerability, deep shame, really. Revelation talks about this too.
Like needing special clothes to enter a holy place.
Exactly. Think Leviticus-specific holy linen garments were required, but only after purification. It emphasizes a necessary spiritual state, a kind of preparedness.
Okay, so it's necessary. But here's where it gets really interesting for me. What do these garments symbolize? What are they, really?
Well, Revelation 19 gives us a huge clue. It says the fine linen the saints wear represents their righteous acts.
Ah, so it's about actions. What you
Precisely. It's not just an external thing. It reflects lived righteousness. Remember that story in Matthew? The guest at the wedding feast?
The one without the right clothes?
Yeah, the wedding garment.
Yeah.
He's found speechless. It underscores that righteous conduct is the spiritual covering needed. It's essential.
Okay, connecting this to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the beginning. Adam and Eve.
Right. Genesis says they were naked but unashamed, initially.
Initially. So what did that state mean, according to these sources?
Well, outwardly innocent, maybe? But the sources suggest this state held an inherent potential for sin.
Potential. Already there.
Yes. From God's perspective, this vulnerability meant they were sort of spiritually dead, lacking that true divine life connection.
So the forbidden fruit. It wasn't the start of sin.
Not exactly. According to this view, it more like revealed it. It acted like a mirror to what was already potentially in their hearts.
Interesting. So their eyes are opened. They feel shame.
Yeah.
What's the first thing they do?
They scramble to cover themselves, right, with fig leaves.
And those fig leaves, what do they stand for?
Our sources are pretty consistent here. They symbolize human self-effort, trying to achieve righteousness on our own steam.
And that's
not enough. Definitely not. It's shown as insufficient. Time and again, you see echoes in 2 Corinthians, this desire to be clothed upon, needing something more than our own covering, wanting divine life itself, rather than being found naked.
Which leads us right to the crucial point. If human effort isn't enough, what's the solution? What does God do?
And here we get to Genesis 3.21.
Oh.
It's quite moving, actually. God himself steps in.
Oh.
He makes skin garments for Adam and Eve. He covers their shame.
Wow. So it's a direct act of God.
Yes. And the sources interpret this as profound. It's seen as God covering their shame through his love, specifically hinting at the Father's love expressed through the Son's future sacrifice.
Now, this act of providing clothes, it wasn't just about hides.
No, it was about divine provision, something that, according to these texts, truly addresses that underlying potential for sin and makes real connection with God possible again.
And this initial act, these skin garments, they point forward.
Absolutely. Our sources frame this as foreshadowing the ultimate sacrifice. It sets the stage.
Like what Paul writes about in Romans, God showing his love through Christ's death for us.
Exactly. While we were still sinners, as Romans says, and Colossians takes it even further through the cross, God reconciles all things, everything in heaven and on earth, effectively extinguishing that potential for sin across creation.
Amazing. We've gone from just talking about clothes to, well, nakedness, shame, failed human efforts, and finally, this incredible divine solution.
It's quite a journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
From fabric to the very nature of sin and reconciliation.
A complete covering provided by God.
Which leaves us with a pretty big thought, doesn't it? If God's love, demonstrated through sacrifice, is the ultimate garment, one that doesn't just cover flaws but actually transforms our very nature, our potential, what does that really mean for how we understand love, sacrifice, and genuine reconciliation today?
Something profound to reflect on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.